You know how weird some people can be. So I was a bit anxious about, traveling with people. We did everything and anything anyone could imagine in Bali. We even found a Nigerian restaurant and I ate pounded yam in Bali. I went on my first group travel experience last year when I went to Bali here. And so many of you guys had questions. Like, how was the experience? Did you like your roommate? Did you lose anything? Is it value for money? And so many other questions. However, because I love you all so much and I love how you trust my judgment and verdict on a lot of things, which is evident in how you support all the brands that I recommend and mention, I didn't want to give you guys incomplete information. So I dipped my foot into group travel a second time. So it's story time. So first off, why did I choose group travel? Bali is far. Planning it alone will be overwhelming. And going that far alone was also very scary, considering that I had just conquered my third solo travel trip at the time. And I knew how much analysis paralysis went into the planning of the itinerary and everything I did on my solo trip. So I wanted somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it.
So I reached out to Go Jolly. Yes, you guys remember Go Jolly from my Bali trip. I mean, I've gone with them the first time and I didn't think it was a bad experience, so I wanted to try it again. So I chose them once again so that I can have a full experience and I can be able to come back to you guys and give you full details. So when I reached out to Go Jolly to join the Bali trip was already fully booked. And you guys, I was so disappointed. In fact, I went on Twitter to go and drag the owner of Go Jolly Ufoma and say to her, whatever you have to do, girl, I have to come with you on this Bali trip. So they put me on the waiting list and I was just hoping and praying that maybe somebody would drop off or maybe they would open a new group. Fortunately, after waiting for a while, they eventually opened a new group. And because I was already on the waiting list, on the day that they released a new group for Bali, we were notified via email. So once I got the notification, I immediately signed up and the entire journey began. However, shall I say that this video is not sponsored in any way? This is just me sharing my honest thoughts and opinion based on my personal experience in hopes that it helps somebody else who is maybe on the edge of getting on group travel to make an informed decision. I finally got on the Go Jolly's trip to go to Bali. Payment was in installments, which was fantastic. A very detailed team. They actually even planned our outfit for each of the days and the activities. There was also a WhatsApp group where all the information was being communicated so that everyone was carried along. It just felt like, a community. We all met ourselves in the group and then we started to already create that relationship, create that bond even before going to Bali, because you know how awkward it can be when you meet people for the very first time. So Go Jolly created like a bridge ahead of the trip. We can already start to get loose, get familiar and get warm with each other. That WhatsApp group was a very fantastic idea. This WhatsApp group also helped those who were coming from the same location to plan their flights together or maybe find themselves at the airport in case they were flying from the same airport, which also added to the joy of meeting new people and really getting familiar even before the trip started. They even helped some of us to sort out visas and flight recommendations. It was so wholesome. Then we arrived Bali and the VIP treatment began right from the airport and didn't stop until we were dropped off to go back to our different locations. My worries. I had a few worries at the time because it was my first time going on a group travel, which were people anxiety. You know how weird some people can be. So I was a bit anxious about, traveling with people. Especially also knowing that I just picked up travel and I had just gone on my third solo travel trip. Now going on the first group trip with people made me feel a bit anxious and, awkward being around strangers. But the fact that we had the WhatsApp group really helped. It helped me to calm my anxiety and my worries about the awkwardness of being around strangers, people who I didn't know before. I was also worried about being homesick. I hadn't gone that far before. It was my very first time of going really far. So I was thinking that I was going to be homesick because of my children and all of that. But the fact that I was around people who were on the same quest as me, I didn't even feel any homesickness at all. So worry number 2 was actually alleviated. My worry number 3 was sharing a room with somebody, especially somebody I didn't know before. But honestly, once again, having that WhatsApp group, and of course, my roomie was introduced to me on the WhatsApp group, so we got talking. That really helped us to break the ice. And my worry about sharing a room with somebody literally disappeared even while we were still in England before we left. My roomie was a UK babe. Shout out to Bookie and to all the amazing women I was on this trip with. And all the other women on the group were from all different walks of life and different countries. And trust me, amazing friendships and sisterhood was created from this trip. We did everything and anything anyone could imagine in Bali. And all each and every one of us had to do was to just show up and enjoy. We even found a Nigerian restaurant and I ate pounded yam in Bali. After 9 amazing days of non-stop enjoyment in Bali, I returned home feeling full with new sisters, new wholesome friendships from all around the world. All thanks to Go Jolly. So when Go Jolly announced their trip for 2024, it was a no-brainer that I was going to jump on another trip with them because I had an amazing experience the first time. Because I had an amazing experience with them on my trip to Bali, so my first trip this year was to India. The India trip was everything I had imagined and more. My roomie this time is the amazing Terry from America, who is now my big sister, and coincidentally, we're in the same field of work. How cool is that? Go on and watch the India vlog here to see more on what we experienced in India and then get to meet Terry. So as you can see, the 2 times I've experienced group travel has been bliss. And if you ask me if this is going to be the last, well, I will say a very big no. Because the benefit is unquantifiable, from making new amazing friendships to visiting new places, the fact that it is more affordable, more cost effective because you're sharing and there's group discount. There is also the safety side of things because there is safety in number. Also, you get a free photographer. You have literally, it's almost like having your own dedicated photographer because Terry did everything to make sure that I got the best photos. She was even suggesting so many things to me. Myself and her have become so close from meeting on this group travel. So I'm definitely going to explore more group travels in the future. So if you're currently on the fence and you're thinking, I'm not sure if I want to do this group travel thing, maybe because like me, you had the same kind of worries, being awkward around strangers, safety, or I'm not sure I want to share a room with somebody. Go Jolly allows you to take an entire room by yourself. And I'm sure a couple of other travel companies who do group travel would also give you the opportunity to take a whole room by yourself. I just felt that it was more cost effective for me to share a room with somebody, to get to meet someone new. And also, if you were just worrying about whether you're going to feel homesick, trust me, depending on the group of people you travel with, by the time you guys bond and you have like a good experience, the homesickness is definitely going to disappear. So if you're on the fence and you're trying to make a decision about whether you want to get on a group travel, I would say a big yes to that adventure. You never know. What you don't try, you don't know. Even though I'm still going to be enjoying here and there my solo trips, I would definitely favor more group travel. That way, my money can go far and I can get more value. For example, in India, we stayed in 5-6-star hotels and we paid nothing near the original price because there is power in numbers. So definitely jump on the side of group travel today if you've been thinking about it. I hope you find this video useful and entertaining. If you did, let me know which part of this video resonated with you. Are you team solo travel forever, or you are now team group travel because Toyosi said so? If you've gone on a group travel before and you've had a similar experience or a negative one, share with us in the comment section so that we all learn and we all know what to look out for. I love to connect with you, all my subscribers. I am at TG-Jonah on all social media platforms. Hit the follow button and let's connect. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye everyone. Watch this video next if you're still trying to decide whether group travel is for you or not.